One of the most significant factors in the survival and existence of the human race is reading. It has helped with the succession and preservation of knowledge and ideas for ages. And this generation-to-generation acquired accumulation of knowledge paved the way for the advancements in the fields of technology, medicine, engineering, and so much more. Circumstances have evolved to be much more convenient nowadays. We now have the internet, which allows us to learn a topic by watching how-to videos, rather than reading about it. While this may appear to be acceptable and more accessible, we mustn't overlook the foundation upon which these things we enjoy were built. Reading is not the only way to gain knowledge, but it is still very vital. George R.R. Martin, an American novelist and the author of the epic fantasy novel series, A Song of Ice and Fire, which was adapted into the Emmy Award-winning HBO series, Game of Thrones, once said, "A reader lives 1,000 lives before he dies. A man who never reads lives only one life. A book can truly transport its readers to many different places." However, despite the incredible things a book can do for one's mind, many people find reading to be an exhausting activity and would rather do something that requires little to no effort, such as watching television, scrolling through social media, and a variety of other activities that are not just reading. But before we delve into the reasons why people don't read, let me share with you first why you should read books. Oh, and if you're new to the channel, click the subscribe button and hit the notification bell to be notified whenever we upload new videos like this one. Without further ado, let's take a look at some of the benefits of reading, shall we? It increases your vocabulary. Reading can help you develop a wide range of vocabulary that you can use to express yourself daily. New words are constantly being added to the dictionary, and the best way to keep up with word evolution is to read books. Reading is the best way to become more familiar with new words. The majority of new terms will not be taught to you through television shows or sitcoms. Authors typically use words in greater detail than entertainers. It stimulates your mind and improves your mental health. Even though more research is needed to prove that reading can help combat diseases such as Alzheimer's, research findings have shown that older people who read will keep and even improve their ability to remember things, preventing memory loss that is associated with aging. Your brain, like a muscle, grows stronger and healthier as you exercise it. Playing chess and doing puzzles engage the mind in the same way that reading does. They also provide cognitive stimulation. Reading books and magazines, according to the National Institute on Aging, will help keep your mind busy as you get older. It makes you more empathic. According to research, those who read fiction novels about the lives of characters have a greater ability to relate to and comprehend the feelings and beliefs of others. Reading can help you build the empathy needed to relate to people who are in pain or need. You can't read about the Rwandan genocide and not feel compassion for the victims, or read about wars and believe it's acceptable to settle disputes through gruesome means. Reading can be transformative. It transforms your mind and thoughts inspired by a book, and many people's lives have been transformed and charted a new course as a result. Back in high school, Ben Carson's book, Gifted Hands, had a significant impact on my life and thoughts that I would not do. I don't know how I would have survived without it. Reading helps in stress reduction. This is significant for those who believe that reading is stressful. In 2009, researchers conducted a study on the effects of humor, yoga, and reading on student stress levels. The study discovered that reading for about 25 to 30 minutes reduced heart rate, blood pressure, and feelings of psychological distress in the same way that yoga and humor did. So you see, it's not the reading itself that's stressful, but your attitude towards it. Reading helps with depression. Reading fiction can help depressed people escape their troubled world and enter one where they feel safe and valued. It can also assist them in beginning to see reasons why they can get out of any situation they are in. You now understand why you should develop a reading habit and encourage the younger generation to do the same. Aside from the benefits listed above, encouraging children to read instead of playing video games all day helps them develop discipline. Building discipline early in life will help them navigate life more effectively and lay the groundwork for future success. So, how do you get into the habit of reading? You can begin by following the simple steps outlined below. Change your mindset. Many people avoid reading because they believe it is stressful or difficult, but this could not be further from the truth. When you read something outstanding and realize the value of books in terms of learning and growth, it will not only be enjoyable for you, but it will also serve as a form of stress relief. To begin, you must discover something that truly intrigues you. Read books that interest you. A work of fiction can serve as a good starting point for an insightful nonfiction book that you can relate to, such as the Ben Carson book I read years ago. If the thought of reading a book is intimidating, begin with articles, blog posts, and other brief forms that pique your interest. It only takes one excellent piece of writing to fall in love with reading. Read at least 30 minutes every day. Make time in your busy schedule to read for as little as 30 minutes every day. Doing so consistently will help you build a habit over time. And before you know it, you could be reading 3 books per month. Carry a book everywhere you go. You can start reading while riding in a taxi or waiting in line at the airport. Ebooks are now a thing. So turn your smartphone into a compact library and make it easier to transport your books. And now, let's take a look at some of the most common reasons why people don't read. No time to read. This is, understandably, the most common excuse. Everyone is busy. You have work, housework, parental responsibilities, and a million other things that require your attention. You also only have 24 hours a day for them. Reading can be time-consuming, and some books have thousands of pages, which can take months to complete. So what's the point? Reading can be a lot of hard work. For many people, reading sounds like a lot of tasks, particularly when the books are humongous dictionary-looking adult books with thousands of pages packed with brain-tasking words. If it has a movie, then what's the point? Statistically, books that have been adapted into motion pictures are less likely to receive attention after the film has been released. Most people would rather watch Game of Thrones episodes than read books. The film appears to be simpler, more engaging, and more enjoyable. Nothing to gain from reading. Another common reason for not reading is that it is a waste of time for them. They believe that reading has no benefit for them. To these people, the only advantage of reading books is to pass exams, graduate, and get a job. Aside from that, they don't see books as having any value. Poor concentration. It's a well-known fact that people are easily distracted. When you consider the prevalence of smartphones and other modern devices, it's easy to see why we have the attention span of a gnat. Those with poor concentration will struggle to fully immerse themselves in the reading experience. The stress and anxiety of daily life can cause your mind to wander. As a result, it's natural to want to move on to other activities that don't require sustained concentration for long periods of time. Lack of support in childhood. With regard to reading, people who don't read are typically from homes where their parents did not read and did not encourage it. But this does not have to be the case. Finally, the knowledge found within the pages of books is the foundation for all of the progress we have today. So it's safe to say that if you want to get a head start in life, you should learn to read. Make every effort to develop this habit, even if you aren't naturally inclined. Thanks for watching. I hope you gained some usable wisdom from this video. If you did, don't miss hitting the notification button and then subscribe to this channel. Until next time, see ya!